came in earlier today. How do I format the zone label? And just to be clear, this is the zone here. I've got a zone called room name with a zone number of 100. I have a zone label here. It's just the label tool over here in the toolbox, and in the label settings, I've set it to be the zone label. And it looks like a mess because I've been messing around with the settings trying to get things to line up. We basically want room name, zone number, and then an elevation, zone height, with a prefix bottom of beam. And for some reason, adding the prefix in here shifts over the zone number, so it just doesn't all center up nice and neat. It doesn't seem to matter if I center things right. It's the width of it just never quite is dialed in. Let's make it like 16 and see if that fits. Yeah, so this sort of illustrates that off center, like center of the room name, and everything justifies right from that center. Below that, I've gone through all of the settings plenty of times. I even looked at applying, instead of using the zone dimensions, I tried applying classifications and properties using the zone number and height. And it all gives this weird offset, out of line kind of vibe. So the solution, by comparison, here's another label. It's still attached to that same zone, right? It's moving with the zone. But if I come into the label tool and switch to a text auto text label, here you can see I already have this set up. But this is all going to be essentially centered up as needed. So if we look at what the settings of this label are, right, so here I just have auto text for related zone name. Here I have auto text for related zone number. Here I have auto text for the height. So under the overall settings, it's just general parameters and height. That's all that's getting labeled by the zone label as well. It's just the height of that zone. So if this zone, for example, is let's make it not linked, and let's just say it's 9 foot 1 1/8 or something like that. If we've got 3/16, sure. But all of this stays now centered on that room name. And because they're each individual auto text lines, you can actually format each text individually. I can say that's 9-point font. This is 12-point font. This row is we'll say 7-point font, right? So you can format all of that as you need. And because it's just a text label, these can be auto text, and I can put whatever prefix I want. I don't have to have this predefined hard-coded prefix in the label. I can literally just type whatever I want on this. And if I have another zone over here, let's say that this one is living room, whatever. I can drag a copy of this over to here and then command click to associate that to the living room. Or I can eyedrop this and just attach a zone using that text label. I do want to make sure that the pointer is not on. You can actually even define the anchor point of this label. Turns out that this text label does everything that the zone label can do and then some. We don't have the options that you have in the zone label for the frames and stuff per line. I can't, if we look at custom label settings here, this label does give display order options. You can shuffle, like I have frame options where I can actually apply frames around each line. Graphically, I don't need that for my purposes. If you did need that, that's probably a reason to go back to this one. But again, formatting and trying to get multiple lines of text and having them all offset weird like this, no control over the kerning or the alignment, just doesn't do graphically anything I need, and it's worth it to sacrifice those dividers and those grids for better text editing and format options, in my opinion.